The 1982 DeLorean with a 1.21 gigawatt engine, special options package, and 0 to infinity at the speed of light. Great Scott! Take it for a test drive with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future Parts 2 and 3, Wednesday and Thursday at 9 on Sci-Fi.
He's gone. The doc's gone.
Mr. McFly!
Huh?
Is your name Marty McFly?
Yeah?
I've got something for you. A letter.
A letter from me? That's impossible. Who the hell are you?
Western Union. Actually, a bunch of us at the office were kind of hoping maybe you could shed some light on the subject. See, we've had that envelope in our possession for the past 70 years. It was given to us with the explicit instructions that it be delivered to a young man with your description, answering to the name of Marty, at this exact location, at this exact minute, November 12th, 1955. We had a little bet going as to whether this Marty would actually be here. Looks like I lost.
Did you say 70 years?
Yeah, 70 years, 2 months, 12 days to be exact. Here, sign on line 6, please. Here you are.
It's from the dock!
Marchy McFly, Marchy McFly. Year 6 of Marchy McFly. Ready or not, Year 6 of Marchy McFly. I'm back, great Scott. It's year 6. 31 straight days for you. In year 6. It's Back to the Future Part 2. Every day. Gonna have a little talk of Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc.
Bing bong boom, bing bong boom, bing bong bing bong boom and bing. Happy Monday, everybody! It is Monday, March 30th, which means it is the 30th day of Marchy McFly, the 30th day of Marchy McFly 6, and for the 30th day in a row, I am here talking about Back to the Future Part 2 to you. And should I say I am here, or should I say we are here? Because in just a couple moments, as promised, my very special guest is returning to the show. I just have to get him connected to the Zoom here. And before I do, actually, wait a second. I have a voicemail. Okay, before I get him connected, because he said he'd be available around now, so I just want to make sure he gets the Zoom and clicks it. But before that, let me just see what this voicemail is. Hold on one second.
You have one unheard message. First unheard message sent yesterday at 7:15 p.m.
Hello, this message is for Michael from Geek Mentality and the, the Marchy McFly podcast. My name is George Glass, Esquire, of Glass, Brady and Associates. I am leaving this message on behalf of one of my clients by the name of Eric L. Mr. wanted me to pass on the news to you that although he very much promised you that he would be on your little internet program on March 30th, because you were not able to meet his very reasonable list of demands that we faxed over to your offices on multiple occasions, Mr. regrets to inform you that he will not be able to join your show, that you should just go ahead and do it without him, and, I quote, "May God have mercy on your sinful soul, you cheap son of a..."
End of message. To delete this message, press 7. Message deleted.
When I do this podcast, I always love when I am blessed with a very special guest. It is the best. But today I learned, no matter how much I had yearned for that love to be returned, I had been spurned. All by myself, I guess I'll part all by myself again. All by myself, I'll just hit record all by myself.
Well, I guess that serves me right for not checking the voicemail yesterday, but okay. I have to just change a few things here with the plans. Okay, gotta just cross out this and oh my god, I mean we were gonna do this whole, I had this whole like 2-man role-playing thing where he was gonna be Doc, I was gonna be Marty, and I mean I spent like 45 minutes writing the script, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll just throw it in the trash. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just see if I can focus on the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds of Back to the Future 2 alone. I forget how to do the show alone, but I'll manage. I'll make it through, and hopefully he'll show up again this year on another special, whether it be in December or quite possibly in August. We'll see. I mean, that being said, maybe he'll say he'll show up on those days, and it'll just be like just an ongoing fun little kick in the nuts just for old Mikey. I'm sure he's laughing. Him and Chris are texting each other, and everyone's texting. Look at him. Look at him still talking about this goddamn movie. Oh my God, it's been a long month, folks. It has been a long month, but we are almost here. We are almost at the end. In fact, the last day of March, for me, is just 1 hour and 10 minutes away. So I want to get this done as quickly as possible so I can get it to you and maintain this ongoing streak of not missing a day. Traveling, health, family, guests, lack of guests, none of that gets in the way of the podcast. None of that gets in the way of me delivering this, whatever this is, to each and every one of you. Again, I'm going to restart. Happy Monday, everybody. I am excited to get to the greatest part of both sequels combined. Yes, I know I say the ending of 3 is great. The ending of 1 is epic. But the ending of 2 is just... I think 1989 version of me. So I would be 13 at this point. I think my mind was just blown at the cleverness of this. And now 2026 version of me is still very impressed at the cleverness, and I think cleverness is a word, of this, especially compared to the rest of the movie, which is cute, but logically, I've been poking holes in it for the last 29 days. As much as I'm enjoying it, as much as I love talking about it, part of my love of talking about it is poking holes in it. And I don't think I can do that anymore. I think those days are numbered. The one thing I will poke holes in is myself, because where I left off yesterday, I thought that was the lightning strike that took out the DeLorean. But as we can see at the very beginning of this clip, the DeLorean is still there. So the lightning strike, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just jump right into it. The lightning strikes the tree goes down, and thankfully the DeLorean is still in the sky, and Marty's like, you okay, Doc? He's like, ooh, that was a close one. I almost bit the farm. Then you can see him struggling with with trying to maintain control of the DeLorean. And then Marty goes and basically jinxes the Doc. He's like, you got to be careful, Doc. You don't want to get struck by... Boom. Lightning strikes. Lightning crashes, and old Doc, he fries. We don't know. We don't know what happened. Oh, that's an interesting shot. So I'm going through it almost frame by frame, and he says, you don't want to get struck by... And then you see the next frame shows the DeLorean in the air, and it's definitely like a composite. I don't know if it's a miniature, because you see it gets struck by lightning, but you see Doc in the car, but it almost doesn't look real. Like, it doesn't look like Christopher Lloyd is in a full-size car. It almost is like this is a miniature with a little doll in it, just because the hair, and it's not like very clear. At least the version I'm seeing is not like crisp, so it could just be me, but you see the lightning strike the DeLorean, and it, like, the whole sky lights up bright for a second, almost looks like blue sky with clouds really quick. And I was gonna say, are we seeing right now 1885, or did we actually see the DeLorean? Do we go with him for any brief second? I don't think so. I think that's just the lightning lit the sky up so much. It was one frame, boom, and it did the trick of making the lightning strike, like big, loud, bright, and believable. And then it completely like covers the DeLorean, and it's a kind of a cool. When you just go in frame by frame, it's kind of cool. You see the DeLorean like almost a light, like an explosion below it, and then a giant, I think, practical explosion that knocks Marty back on his ass, on his right in the street. The explosion then kind of collapses upon itself. I don't know if you'd say like an atom bomb or something. It is a really cool effect of the. I don't know if it's a shot in reverse or if it's a digital effect, but it's just like it kind of gets pulled in, like, almost like. The DeLorean's driving, you see it leaves the streak of fire. Now it leaves just a explosion of fire, and then a real quick streak of like 2 nines. They almost look, but they're backwards. They're backwards 9s. I don't know if it's just because the DeLorean was spinning out of control, and then it's completely gone. Now, picture if you're Marty right here and this happens and you look up and it's like, oh, shit, the dock is gone, like completely gone. Like, I would start to panic. It almost seems like he's ready to panic. He's in disbelief. He's looking up like in complete disbelief, and he grabs the walkie. He's like, Doc, come in. Doc, come in. He's like, what the hell? Like, the dock is gone. Oh my God. And you see that rope that was attached to the DeLorean that was from, the Lion Estate signs right there. It falls to the ground, and Marty picks it up, and that thing is smoking because it is hot because, or is it cold? Is it air cold? Damn cold. No, it's definitely probably hot. And he just cannot believe that the dock is gone. But he probably, like, he has to think that he went somewhere, because he did say you don't want to get struck by lightning, thinking back to the 55 experiment. So he probably thinks you don't want to accidentally go somewhere. But even if he did, just get Mr. Fusion filled up. Maybe it takes a few months to repair it and come back. Now, I do like how they do this, because if he wanted to, why didn't he just say, oops, I accidentally time traveled. Let me turn right back around and go back and get Marty. Obviously, there's a reason to that. That reason actually makes sense, but we're not going to get there till next year. Because, if everything was just fine, he'd be like, oh shit, well, let me go grab some trash somewhere, wherever I am. We don't know yet. Throw it in the back of Mr. Fusion and boom, come right back. Sorry, Marty. Sorry, I scared you there for a second. Instead, we get nothing. And he's probably thinking, oh God, where is he? What do I do? And then the rain comes and you're like, oh, perfect, rain. But we knew it was going to rain. We knew the storm was coming. The lightning was already there. We know what happens, in downtown Hill Valley. So it makes perfect sense that it's raining. And Marty is just like completely at a loss. And then we see headlights behind him. And I remember being a kid not knowing what it was. Maybe I'm trying to think if I had any thoughts at the time. Did I think, oh my God, it's dark. What they're actually showing you here with the headlights right now, you'd probably think, like, if you didn't know, your first thought is Biff. He's got the car's filled with manure, but I'm sure he could still drive it. And now he's ready to finish the job and run this boy over. But we see this car approaching, and Marty sees it, is like, what the hell? And when it pulls up, you see this hat. All you see is this mysterious car. It's definitely not Biff's car. It's some guy in its side with a hat. And you're like, what the hell is this here? I love the dark, mysterious silhouette. Very well shot. Marty turns and looks at the car. He's completely in like bewilderment. Is that the right word? He doesn't know what to expect here. And this guy comes out of the middle of nowhere and gets up and he's like, are you Marty McFly? Like, what's awesome is it makes him look dangerous. Like, it makes this man look dangerous. And then he gets closer and you realize, oh God, it's Joe Flaherty, the great, comedic legend Joe Flaherty gets out of the car and he's just like, Mr. McFly. And Marty's like, what? He's like, is your name Marty McFly? He's like, yeah, I have something for you. And when he walks over, he says it very, very intimidating, as intimidating as Joe Flaherty can be. And then he reaches into his jacket, almost like he's Elliot Ness about to, take down Al Capone. And he's like, he just keeps eye contact with him. And he goes, a letter. And this still just, I'm not saying it gives me chills, but it's still just the fact, like, I love the concept of time travel when it's like this, when it's like, something is going to happen. So, and you know exactly when it's going to happen. So even if it's a long time from now, set something up and then like allow it to happen years from now, so that even though you're not there to do it, or there to experience it, the person who is expecting it gets it. Like, I've seen examples of, like, Futurama did something like this. There was another, I think, The Umbrella Academy, I think, did something like this. And then there was a show, it's called Travelers, I think. It was on Netflix. Eric McCormick, I think, was on it. I freaking loved that show where they would, I think they would send things back for themselves, or like there were different things. I love the idea of like, oh, I'm so far in the past. Let me leave something here, hide something for you, then send you a letter. You get a letter, you're like, I left this, here, and you go and look, and there it is. I don't know. Bill and Ted even did this in a fun way. It's like, oh, we have to get the keys. Let's remember later to go back, steal my dad's keys, come back and put them there. And they go and the keys are there. We did it. Like that is another way of looking at like time travel of like, well, as long as we do what we say we're going to do, that's going to be there. Well, how do we know it's going to be there? Because we do it. How do we know we do it? Because it's there. So they go and they look, oh, it's there. So we did it. That's not exactly the case here, but it's like, it's the same fun with time travel where it's like, they said, he goes, we have a letter. He goes, what? He goes, we've had this, you like, maybe you could shed a little light on this for us, which Marty doesn't do. He goes, we had this letter in our facility for the past 70 years. He's like, what? He says, yeah. A couple of guys, we had a bet going whether, you'd actually get it. And he's like, looks like I lost. I like that. Yeah, he gives a little laugh. Like he actually never believed it would be there. I remember in the book, the headlights came and Marty was like hiding behind the billboard because I think maybe he thought it was Biff. I forget. But he's like, Marty. And then he waited a couple of times. Then he finally came out and answered to the guy. Everything else I think was pretty much the same. But he's like, we've had it for 70 years. Sign here, please. And Marty signs the letter, signs the paper. And I remember Western Union having commercials for Back to the Future Part 2 because of that. I'm almost positive it was like a Western Union commercial with Joe Flaherty saying, Western Union.
Dad, is there any way you could send the money today?
To send someone money fast, come to Western Union. We'll make sure it gets to any of our 15,000 locations, usually within minutes.
Keep in touch.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money. And consider this. When Doc Brown had to send Marty a message, he used
Western Union.
To help you find out what happened, we'll refund you a Back to the Future Part 3 ticket when you come to Western Union. So why even consider anyone else?
See, I told you, I remember that. By the way, that was Jason Alexander in the commercial. Dad, send money. Jason Alexander, either with a full head of hair or a terrible wig. I wasn't sure. But I just always remember that commercial and Joe Flaherty saying Western Union. Now, I didn't realize it was a commercial for Part 3, but it's relevant because it's showing the scene from Part 2. So I don't think that'll replay on the show next year, but it did. At least I was able to find it. God, YouTube is just the best for finding stuff like this. And I guess they say if you go buy a Back to the Future 3 ticket, show your stub, I guess you get a refund if you bring it to a Western Union store and maybe use Western Union. I don't think did they just give it to you for free? I'm not going back and listening. You guys heard it. But the most important thing is that Joe Flaherty saying Western Union was in an actual commercial. I wasn't crazy. I did remember it. So Marty gets the letter. He hands him the letter. And Marty, he's like 70 years. He opens it up. And all we see is your friend, Doc, quote unquote, in quotes, Emmett L. That's all we see. And then Marty's like, it's from the Doc. He goes right over to the headlights of Joe Flaherty's car. And he's like, dear Marty, if my calculations are correct, you just saw the DeLorean get struck. And that's where it comes to an end. Now, Joe Flaherty reading over this kid's shoulder, he's like, what? A DeLorean? What is he talking about? A DeLorean in from 70 years ago, 1885? Like, what has happened now? We don't hear 1885 yet, but we do realize this letter is 70 years old, and Doc wrote it to Marty 70 years ago, knowing that he'd be right there, knowing that there would be, an answer. There would be answers that he could give Marty to what the hell's going on and what he should do. Now, I think the letter actually tells him what to do, but we don't get there we don't hear the full letter until Part 3. And it actually is a great scene. Part 3 is just a better movie. And I'm going to enjoy talking about Part 3 this next year. I feel like I'm going to be picking Part 3 apart less than part 2. We'll see. I don't think I picked part 1 apart. I'd like to say part a lot. I don't think I picked that apart, the original at all or much at all. I did like to say, what about this and what about that, and segueing things. There were some things, I guess. I'm sure I did. I think I picked apart the scenes they ended up deleting. How about that? Like Marty, drugging George with formaldehyde. Not formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. Doesn't that go into dead bodies? Chloroform. That part of that stuff was, I remember me being like, that's a little weird, but it wasn't in the movie, so it doesn't matter. I'm rambling now. This segment is the beginning of just one of my favorite moments in the whole trilogy. Even when it's the movie that's my least favorite. This is such a perfect ending. I cannot say enough great things about it. So we get to finish this great ending tomorrow. It's not only going to be a great ending to the movie, it's going to be hopefully a great ending to the month, a great ending to the podcast, a great ending to Marchy McFly 6. All jokes aside, I'm sorry that my guests couldn't be here. I was hoping to have a couple guests this year, and we did have a guest planned for today. My buddy Eric was coming to the show, but unfortunately he couldn't make it because he's extremely, extremely busy at work. And I know for a fact that he is listening to this at his work right now. So Eric, it is completely unforgivable, and I will never let you live this down for as long as I walk this earth. That being said, though, we're all happy here. I think I'm done. I think I did everything I could for this 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It's just the DeLorean disappears. Joe Flaherty shows up with the letter from Western Union, and it's like, okay, there's something more going on here. Where the hell's the doc? How did this letter get here? Like, I don't know, just the fact that letter's been sitting somewhere for 70 years just makes my creative wheels in my brain of like storytelling just, I just love it. And this is, 30 friggin' 7 years ago, and I'm still loving it. Still love talking about it right now. And tomorrow, just the best. Tomorrow's the best, and I can't wait to get there. And I'm looking forward to talking about it to each and every one of you, including Eric, who's working right now. That's right, buddy. Even you. Forgive and forget, forgive and forget, forgive and forget. Serenity now, serenity now. Speaking of Seinfeld. All right, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for sticking with this show for so long. I really do appreciate it. We don't have huge numbers, but we have consistent numbers. So I know that you continue to come back. So I really, really, truly appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow for one last time. But until then, follow me on the social media of your choice. I don't really use Twitter anymore. It's really Blue Sky is where I'm at. Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram. Those are the big ones of Geek Mentality. TikTok is Geek Mentality Mike. Facebook is Fans.Experts. YouTube is Fans.Experts. And that's because of the website where all this shit is found is fans.experts.com. That is it. I am done. I will be back one more time tomorrow. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.